Hello and welcome. It's another interesting edition of Almond Finance and Wealth Report. As you know, we're your source for latest happenings in the financial sector of the nation's economy. My name is Jennifer Obidi-Ebube. On the program this week, we kick off on the town hall with Faith Owode and her guest for the continuation of the topic, conventional versus Islamic insurance, also known as Takaful.
You don't start insurance again. I'm not interested. God will be my protector. God will save my house. God will protect my car because of the bitter experience.
On this edition also, we bring you highlights of Chief Philip Asiodo lecture series, which took place recently at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs. The guest speaker at the lecture was Ms. Aroma Ote, OON, Vice President and Treasurer at the World Bank.
I believe, indeed, that as I preached when I was still here as the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, that it is important to list the NNPC on the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
And then, of course, our insurance fact file. These and more what we have coming your way this week. Do stay tuned as it promises to be a very informative one. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Okay, now moving on, I'm still going to stay with you a little bit. Okay. What is the, you did said before we come on set that 50 million adult Nigerian from a research that was conducted, yes, are actually Muslim. Now, why is it that it brings us again to the issue of penetration, which is a challenge for the conventional insurance, yes, but we are also saying that it's also a challenge when it comes to Takaful insurance. Why is that so?
Well, insurance has, before we go to Takaful is new, but insurance generally has a legacy issue of trust. Trust. A lot of people do not believe the conventional insurance companies that, oh, we pay a premium. When it comes to claim, you do not honor our claims. So trust is a major baggage that conventional insurance is carrying. Another aspect is that the awareness is low. The awareness is low. There's nobody that will lose a car today and you give him a replacement car that is not going to be happy. But people are not aware of these benefits. The insurance stakeholders have not done enough. But you know, in recent times, there have been awareness to markets, which is championed by NIA and the likes. But we still need to do more. We should also be looking at the areas of selling insurance in our local dialects so that people can appreciate what we are talking about. And for us to even increase penetration, 5 things we must have in mind. They must be accessible. I want to buy insurance. I don't have to travel very far to buy insurance. It must be simple. I must be able to understand it. It must be appropriate to my needs and my realities. It must also be responsive. That once I have a claim, my claim is paid in good time. Then it must be affordable. Once those 5 aspects have been taken care of, conventional insurance will increase penetration. Takaful too, which is new, with awareness and creating simple, affordable, responsive products, would also increase penetration. And above all, the distribution channel. When we're talking about accessibility, recently a few insurance companies have partnered with mobile network operators, and the results have been outstanding, because I hear figures as much as 100,000 individuals monthly. I hear figures like 350,000 individuals monthly. If we go through the mobile network operators, because they're we have 170 million Nigerians, and about 62 or 70% of Nigerians have mobile phones. So it's a good distribution channel. So distribution is also an issue to reach the insuring problem.
Okay, now, Mr. Oladepo, let me ask you this question. Now, as in your position, because you interact and you interface with many Muslims, what do you see as a challenge to Takaful? Is it the issue of awareness that even Muslims are not aware? They just stay away because, oh, once you say it's insurance, they don't even want to touch it? Or is it that they don't also believe that they need to protect themselves?
Well, thank you very much. I can say the two are interwoven. Awareness, many people were not aware. They believe, it's because we understand what Takaful means. That is the reason why we are saying it here. For those Muslims outside there that doesn't understand what Takaful means, when you take Takaful, we say, Takaful, what do you mean? You say insurance. Insurance?
Exactly.
He has gotten 1 or 2 bitter experience from this insurance company. You don't start insurance again, I'm not interested. God will be my protector. God will save my house. God will protect my car. Because of the bitter experience they've gotten before. So we need to let them be aware what is the real meaning of Takaful and the difference between this Takaful we're talking about and the conventional insurance in which they have gotten bitter experience. We now tell them, this is Islamic kind of insurance that will never give you bitter experience, but rather you laugh when you go there. That is one. 2, when you look at the kind of mentality, human mentality, is something, is nothing to write home about. Sometimes we look at people, we tell them about insurance, whether Takaful or conventional insurance, it doesn't even want to listen to you at all. It doesn't want to listen to you at all. So on our own part, as an Islamic Christian, we need to tell them and show them the areas where their Quran goes against conventional insurance and supports Takaful. Where Muhammad said, look, anybody that gives interest and the person that takes interest will suffer the day of accountability. We show them the idea, this Bukhari and this Muslim. By the time we start showing them, okay, we now sit down. What do you think we can now do? This is how it operates. And that's where my brother Rashid will now come and start telling them, start telling them, this is the advantage you can derive from getting into this Takaful. By the time they see it, okay, we pull money there together. At the end, the surplus is there, the giving part of the surplus, and then, that this one is okay, let them be going there. So 1, 2, 3 people, 4, 5 people there. Those 5 people we now introduce to another 5 people, another people introduce to another 5 people. We are multiplying every day. So that is the only way we can make it available, on awareness. Tell them what Quran say, what Hadith say about Takaful and the importance, the advantage they will derive if they start doing this Takaful. By so doing, we'll get it.
Sorry, I would like to add 2 things. Presently, the average Nigerian has a coping mechanism in which they mitigate against their enemies. If a man's shop gets bombed, most likely he relies on the solidarity of his community or monies that he has saved. But insurance or Takaful is a cheaper alternative to this coping mechanism. So if we are pushing awareness from that point of view that it's a cheaper alternative than for you to save or rely on yes. Then the second issue is that the unique selling proposition for Takaful extending amongst Muslims, because one of the reasons why we have low insurance penetration in Nigeria is because of people who believe that conventional insurance is against their field. So the unique selling proposition in this instance for Muslims is that yes, we have a product, a risk product, a product that will mitigate against your risk, that is compliant, that is Sharia compliant, that conforms with your faith. So that is a unique selling proposition. Once that is sold to the Muslim populace, I'm sure they will like it.
Okay, Mr. Abubakar, I'm just going to speak to my young friend before we come and ask you the issue of regulation in Nigeria. Okay, now they've said so many things. I'm sure this one too is an eye-opener for you. Now, given what they've said so far about Takaful insurance,
if you listen to me, if the conventional insurance and the Takaful insurance need to be, I'd rather go for the Takaful and the conventional insurance. What we are lacking from the Takaful is the publicity. Let's assume now the boy to bed today is willing to use mobile phone, but there's no one mobile phone for. Just put it on this.
yeah, I was saying, I don't want people to get that.
Now, as me the way the mobile phone, the way most of all these unnecessary gadgets go, that is the way this account go. To be making a lot of sense. Let's go to the copying case. Let's go to the all the city. If the Takaf come to me and let me come and share life from my returning age, if now maybe on my way coming down my shop, like what my brothers, if my shop get gone, the insurance, the other people, as most of the Muslims that are living in Takaf and are investing in Takaf, they didn't really need the interest.
It's just protection.
Just protection. They didn't need the interest. The interest there is when to help the unneeded one or the upcoming one. When they say my shop got born that it needs solidarity of the community, if it is Takaf, I'm telling you the reason why I'm going to go for Takaf. If it is Takaf, I have a Takaf. My brother, maybe someone who's me have a Takaf. If I go to the insurance company and my shop get born, there was a way to communicate the helping out.
In some climes where Takaful has been done, has been practiced, once there is an interest element in their investment, if an interest element creeps into their investment, they give it out as sadaqah.
That's
So
that's why I'm telling. That's why I'm telling you the reason. I rather go for Takaf. Secondly, there is nothing bad if government involved.
Government is involved.
If government do publicity for Takaf the way they do publicity for some other thing like the BVN. I went to one Hausa. I was in the market one day. A GTB bank come and meet one Hausa man that have you do your BVN. The Hausa man is asking what is the meaning of BVN. The banker is just make a joke that you know your BVN, Buhari verification number. Could you believe that immediately the Hausa man asked for the form for the BVN?
Yeah,
this is a very
look at the normal banking and the normal insurance.
Takaful is quite new in Nigeria. It's been around since maybe early 2000s with the NICOM licensed, gave approvals for about 3 companies to operate window operations. But right now, because NICOM has seen the benefit and the potentials of Takaful, they've now graduated from window operations. They've issued guidelines for full-fledged Takaful companies. So my brother, be rest assured, in months to come, I'm sure by God's grace, NICOM will be announcing the names of new Takaful companies who will be full-fledged, who will have branches in Ibadan.
I'll be happy if I can. I'll watch out for that. But if they call any audience or anybody today, you should mention maybe general president, mention like 50 insurance company. You can easily mention on
Yes.
But if you said mention one
Takaful.
Okay. Wait,
They will
that's a
come
very
to
good
that.
point.
Exactly.
Mr. Abdulrashid, you can say
Yes,
that.
there's no gainsaying that there needs to be more awareness, and that has been properly captured by all stakeholders, and that will be done because we need to change the insurance landscape. So my brother, be rest assured, all will be well. Your concerns will be taken care of by stakeholders. Stakeholders, I mean the regulators, and even the aspiring takaful operators. So don't worry. All those issues that you've mentioned in terms of marketing expectations, they'll be resolved.
They'll be taken care of.
Alright, welcome back. Moving ahead, we bring you highlights of the maiden edition of Chief Philip Asiodo Lecture Series that took place at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs. The theme of the lecture was the proper role of oil in the context of accelerating growth and development. The guest speaker was Ms. Arunma Otte, OON, Vice President and Treasurer at the World Bank. Speaking during her presentation, Ms. Otte said that there is need to list the NNPC on the Nigerian Stock Exchange as this will foster transparency.
Philip Asiodo Lecture Series was recently inaugurated to firstly honor Chief Philip Asiodo, a thoroughbred diplomat, bureaucrat, and former Minister of Petroleum, and secondly, to provide a robust platform for generating intellectual discussions on how to move the country forward. The maiden edition with the theme, the proper role of oil in the context of accelerating growth and development in Nigeria, held recently at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, Kofo Abayomi, Victoria Island. The guest speaker was Ms. Arunma Otte, OON, Vice President and Treasurer of the World Bank. As expected, the event was a roll call of diplomats, bureaucrats, and the business community. Welcoming guests to the lecture, the chairman of the occasion, Chief Chris Ogubanjo, CON, OFR, said that given the fact that Nigeria began the exportation of oil in 1958, the economy ought to have been diversified long before now.
Should our economy still be monocultural? Should it be as diversified and undeveloped as it is today? What lessons have we to learn? What should we do in managing the national economy in our present circumstances and in the future, so that we are not so badly hit again in any future downward cycle in oil prices?
While there have been positive trends in Nigeria's macroeconomy over the past decade, the overdependence on oil and the sharp decline in oil prices since mid-2014 has negatively affected the well-being of the average Nigerian, economic growth, public finances, and the exchange rates. Delivering the theme paper of the lecture, the guest speaker, Ms. Otte, said that Nigeria must establish a strategic vision for the economy they want to see in the future.
We must establish a strategic vision of what we want the economy to be in the future and continuously reevaluate that vision in the face of a rapidly evolving world. This vision must not only combine the objective of diversifying Nigeria's economy, but it must also focus on building a competitive knowledge economy that is based on the greatest asset that Nigeria has, which is its people, and not the oil that we dig from the ground.
Other speakers were Dr. Umar Bindi, Professor Aki Iwayemi, and Mr. Austin Avuru, Managing Director, Seplat Petroleum Development Company. In his submission, Mr. Avuru said that we must focus on domestic energy security to galvanize growth in other industries.
The second role that oil and gas will play will be in itself, not the revenue from it, but in itself as a catalyst for economic growth. In which case, you will focus on domestic energy security. Understandably, we started our industry until recently by using the resource of oil and gas to ensure foreign energy security. So our gas we refrigerate in Berlin and send it to Asia and Europe for use there to generate electricity. That's for our gas. Crude oil, we send it to Europe to be refined and import all the derivatives. So that's what we said. We are now, fortunately, beginning to focus on domestic energy security. So other than revenue from oil and gas, the only other real use to any nation is to ensure that it grants you domestic energy security, which can then galvanize the rest of the industry.
Given the current economic situation in the country and the timeliness of the theme of the lecture, participants had questions.
Crude oil is not the answer for Nigeria's growth, because very soon crude oil will not have a price that will be above Avuru production costs. In that regard, we will be competing with other crude oil, as the guest speaker said, coming from the Arctic, coming from American shale and fraction sources, so much so that our own crude oil price will not be competitive enough. So we should therefore look inwards on how to apply crude oil and its derivatives. That is where our dive lies.
At the end of the lecture, the consensus was that Nigeria needs to apply a strategic mindset to diversify the economy so that it can capitalize on its comparative advantages and launch new industries of the future.
And we come to the end of the program. I do hope you enjoyed watching it. For questions, comments and inquiries, please contact us on 017763981, 080-335-7879 or 090-9685-2685, or email us on almond4xx@yahoo.com or almondproduction@gmail.com. Visit us on our website, almondreports.com. Like us on our Facebook page, Almond Finance and Wealth Reports, and view past episodes of this program on our YouTube channel, Almond Reports TV. Join us every Wednesday by 9:45 a.m. live on Niger FM 102.7 for our Pidgin English program, Waiting Insurance They Do Sef. You can tweet at us at Madam Insurance and reach us on WhatsApp on 080-335-7879. This program also airs on BCOS TV every Thursday by 6 p.m. for those in Ibadan and environs. My name is Jennifer Ovidiebube. Until we come your way next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.